And here we go again. Now see, I was gonna ban you, but then I thought about it and I said, nope, I'm gonna go on and let you stay. Go on and let you maybe learn something. So let's start with number one. Uh, People are so ignorant in these comments. No one knows how to use cognitive thinking. LOL. If security was standing at this bitch's door, she was clearly acting up before this. I'm just saying. First and foremost, the only person incapable of cognitive thinking and being ignorant in these comments right now is you. Yes, you. The security guard was not posted outside of Brittany's door. When a security guard is posted to a patient's room, they are either standing directly outside of the door, sitting in a chair directly outside of the door. Sometimes they are even put like in the room by the door. The patient generally is restrained in some way or manner. None of that was happening in this video. So, cognitive thinking, you failed. One. In terms of her acting up, the only people acting up in this video are the security guard, the nurse that was at the nurse's station, and the 3 nurses that thought it was okay to help the security guard jump a patient who was all of 5'3", maybe 130 pounds, in an acute sickle cell crisis. And thought it was cool to jump the patient that they were supposed to take care of, not wrestle to the ground. And for what reason? For what reason do they have to wrestle her to the ground? Because, see, if it was because she was recording and they wanted her phone, well, damn. Not only did they not understand the assignment, they failed completely. Because when it was all said and done, what did Miss Brittany have in her hand? Oh, a phone. What did Miss Brittany keep in her possession? A phone. So let me fill you in on what really happened. Again, since we're talking about cognitive thinking skills, and you clearly don't have any, to create a narrative that actually would make some sense, it is not shining through your comment here, okay? The nurses ignored Brittany. They ignored her request for a charge nurse. They ignored her request to call her doctor. They refused to give her her pain medication because they were not comfortable. They took the call button from her room so she could not call them, putting her in even more danger. Because what would have happened had she fallen? What would have happened had she had trouble breathing because she was also asthmatic? How was she going to alert anybody that she needed help when they had already decided that she was unworthy of their help? She was unworthy of their care. That she was doing nothing more than taking up a bed and resources that a real patient could have been in. You want to talk about cognitive thinking? Let's think about why would somebody in an acute sickle cell crisis, somebody who could barely walk, would put themselves in that position to walk to a door, put themselves in that amount of pain just to be able to ask for the charge nurse. What would have made her add to the pain that she was already in? And why? Why did she have to walk to the door? Again, we're going back to cognitive thinking, you know. You picked the subject. Why couldn't she just press the button? Why couldn't she just, call the front desk or something? Or the nurse's station or whatever? Since cognitive thinking is so big with you. Perhaps it's because they removed her ability to do so. She did not have a phone either, P.S. and by the way. So she had no call light. She had no room phone. And the nurses were ignoring her and ignoring her calls and her cries for help, and for pain relief, for medical care that she was forced by law to turn her body, her life, and her person over to in order to get that medical care. And instead of treating her with dignity, instead of being responsible medical professionals, instead of helping their patient to get better and to do better, they did the exact opposite of all that. Do you want to talk about what was ignorant? They were ignorant. They were the absolute definition of ignorant because they had no reason to withhold her care. They had no reason to withhold her medication. They had no reason to remove the call light from her room. And they most definitely had no reason to allow a security guard, a man that was twice her size, to treat her the way that he did. She was of no risk to him or anybody else in that building. She was of no risk. There was no reason for him to even involve himself in the situation. And yet he did. And again, at the end of all of this, it was for her phone. She was violating HIPAA. She wasn't doing none of that. She didn't violate HIPAA. She was recording her own medical care. She didn't record any other patient. She didn't record them talking about another patient's care. She was recording her own medical care and her own abuse at the hands of the very people that by law she was forced to turn herself over to. So before you decide to start writing more comments about ignorance and lack of cognitive thinking, maybe you need to sit down, open a dictionary, find out what those phrases mean, look in the mirror, understand that this comment you made, absolutely should fall under an example in the dictionary of both of those things. And then also look in the mirror and decide if you want to be the type of person that stands for patients being mistreated.